Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful week. It's like not rainy today, so I'm kind of excited, but I do have a lot of work to do, so I'm here in the basement. But anyway, I wanted to share with you guys some fabulous cards today. This uses the hand-penned designer series paper. This designer series paper is actually already sold out, but the stamp set is actually not retiring, or the bundle, stamps and dies. So I'm super excited about that because I absolutely love them. And you could always swap out this same design for a different designer series paper. And I also have an awesome technique because I love designer series paper. And sometimes you have that struggle of which side of the designer series paper do you want to use? Like they're both amazing and you don't want to cover one of them up. So this card showcases both sides of the designer series paper, which is super fabulous. The other thing is it's kind of like a one sheet wonder because you're using every single inch of the designer series paper and getting 3 cards out of it. So here I have, like, you can't like super see the full sheet. But this is, and of course my camera is like going funky, trying to focus on it. So this is a 12 by 12 sheet of designer series paper, and I'm going to cut it at 4 inches. So we have 4 by 12, 4 by 12, and 4 by 12. So there's your 3 cards. And then that 4 by 12 piece, we're actually going to cut at, let me try to like scoot this up a little bit, at 10 and a half. So you'll cut it at 10 and a half, leaving you this, what is it? 1.5 inch strip. So you can either cut at 10 and a half or 1.5, whichever you prefer. So both of these pieces are going to be used for our card. Good morning, Mary. I hope your weather is fabulous in Georgia. So now this is actually going to be our card base, and I'm going to fold it in half. And that's why we did 10 and a half, because 10 and a half folded in half is 5 1/4. And I'm going to layer this onto a piece of Misty Moonlight. Misty Moonlight is also retiring. So this is just going to be our folding opening mechanism. And this is going to be our card base. You can get 4 of these out of one piece of 8.5 by 11. So it's just 4 1/4 by 5.5. And I have 0 adhesive over here. How in the world did that happen? Okay, here I have some. It's getting hot. Oh, geez, I can't wait for it to get hot here. I'm so tired of the up and down and the cold and rainy. What is hot? Like, what do you consider hot? I would almost say you probably consider hot to be a little bit, like higher than I might. I don't know. Maybe lower. Okay, so this is just going to center on that Misty Moonlight. So that is like our card base. And then we have this. So we get to see the inside of the paper as well as the outside of the paper. So how awesome is that? We also are going to take that 1.5 inch strip that we cut off, flip it over to the other side, and we're going to adhere it to the bottom there just to give like that different look of pattern on the front of our card. So I'm just going to add this to the front on the bottom. And then I'm just going to add a little strip in the low 80s. Okay, I can go with low 80s. It's actually supposed to be like 70 today, I think, and like almost 80 this weekend. But I also think it's supposed to be rainy. So, I mean, we're not even really going to be able to enjoy it then, right? I do prefer a warm rain over a cold rain, though. So now you see how that little piece of cardstock just kind of broke it up and made it look like this card is pieced together rather than just like, oh, that's a different print. So I know that that can sometimes like look weird. So I usually like to do like a strip of ribbon or like this where it has just a little strip of cardstock just to kind of break that up and make it look just a hair different. So again, we get both of those looks of that designer series paper all in one. And then now I have a piece of basic white for the inside. And then I also have a scallop rectangle from the Color and Contour bundle. So the stamp set looks like this. Flowers, of course, I love it. Really good greetings. I like the "You're absolutely amazing." And I've actually used a lot of times the "Here for you now." And then on the inside, I put "and in better days ahead." Like how sweet is that? I love it. But on this card, I'm actually doing "So happy for you." I guess I never really showed you guys the original. So I have Blushing Bride. Ooh, squeaky. That I'm going to do in the pink. And I kind of just want like a subtle look on the background. So I'm actually going to stamp this off once. So I stamped on some cardstock or some scrap paper and then stamp it down. So it really has that like just light background floral look. Which with this one, you could also pick any of the other colors. You could do the yellow, the purple, any of those. And then I have Misty Moonlight. And I'm just going to stamp the greeting down here. This greeting is kind of wonky. The font is like kind of jaggedy. So like it almost like you almost need to turn it a little crooked in order to get the look that you're going for. And then for the inside of the card, I'm going to ink it up again. I'm actually going to stamp off twice this time because I really want a light look. And then I'm just going to stamp the flower dead center of the inside of our card. So it just gives like a very hint of a watermark on the inside of the card. And I actually just remembered that I need to trim this down. So I accidentally did this one at 4 by 5 1/4, and it really needs to be 3 3/4 by 5 because it's always a 1/4 inch down from, or it's not always. I mean, I just work on quarters down from the last layer. And I totally forgot that my designer series paper is that layer. So we're just going to add this to the inside. And then you'll just write right on top of that, or you could always write around it if you wish. And then on the front, I'm going to add this with Stampin' Dimensionals. I have Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of this one because Claire pulled them off and then it stuck. So now I just have like sticky, tacky. I'm like, I need to hurry up and use these before it sticks to something else and rips it or something. Also, don't forget that Stampin' Up! Is actually having free shipping today on orders of $75 or more, which is super fabulous. And don't forget that I offer a free designer series paper pack with an order of $75 or more. So you can double dip and get free shipping and that free designer series paper pack. So now is a great time to stock up on some of those upcoming spring and summer projects that you might have. Don't forget, graduation is OMG right around the corner. Mother's Day. I feel like Mother's Day is early this year. Is there such thing as like Mother's Day moving around and being early or late? But I feel like it's super early and I'm kind of like panicking, like, oh, I don't know if I'm ready. But I do have my mother-in-law and my mother's card already done. But I always do cards for all the girls too. So I still need to make Mother's Day cards for them. But otherwise, like, we don't really do much. We usually just gather for a meal or something. So I don't really know why I'm panicking. I just feel like I'm panicking. But yeah, so Mother's Day is coming up, graduation, Father's Day. Usually spring and summer, and even fall leads to bridal showers, baby showers, weddings, and things like that. So you definitely want to stock up on those products. And today you can earn free shipping as well as that designer series paper pack. So don't forget about that. So let me show you the original. The original has that yellow pulled in. Like, I feel like these look like the perfect like Easter cards almost, or like spring cards, because they're very like pastel and fabulous. So you can see both the inside and outside of that designer series paper, which is awesome. You don't have to like wonder which side you're going to use. So no thinking there. And all you have to do is cut it at 4 inches. So 4, 4, and 4. So you get 3 cards from one 12 by 12 sheet. And then cut 1.5 inches off the bottom and then flip it over and add it to the card front. So how cute is that? I'm actually going to do a few more because I just want to chat with you guys and hang out. And I have a few more cut because I wasn't going to stop at just one. I needed to go ahead and finish out that full 12 by 12 piece of paper. So I have this set. I think the other piece of paper that I have is also the same size, or the same pattern, I meant. And we're just going to add all of these to that quarter sheet of Misty Moonlight. So yeah, if you watched the first time, and then now you want to like take notes, then now is the time to grab your pen and paper. Does anybody have big plans for the weekend? I think we're going to like try to go to the zoo soon. I kind of want to go to the zoo before school lets out because I feel like it won't be as crowded. And maybe before it gets super hot out, aka the summertime. We actually went to the zoo on July 4th. And like you would think that would have been a crazy day, and it really wasn't bad. But I will say we definitely do the zoo probably different than most people do. The zoo for us, we go to the St. Louis Zoo, which is free and amazing. So shout out to the St. Louis Zoo. We love you, and we're so glad that it's free. And we usually get there, like the zoo is also only like 20, 25 minutes away. So we usually go as soon as it opens. And see, that one I added pink instead of the purple. So it kind of like coordinates / blends into the pink down here a little bit. But I still think it looks fabulous. So we are all set there. So we always get there like as soon as it opens, because then we can get a close parking spot without having to pay. It's like it's alongside the road, and it's not all the way down at the end because you're early. Because there's definitely been times that we've parked way at the end, and I swear, walking back, like, you're done from walking all around the zoo all day long, or not all day, possibly, maybe not that long, but still, you walked all around the zoo. You're like, okay, we're done. The kids are done. It's time to go. And then you have to walk all the way back to your car. That can sometimes be crazy. And there have been times where it's like a mirage, where you're like, I think that's my car. My car is black. No, that it's a different black car. No, it's a different black car. Or you're like, it's right up there. But yet every time you like look up, you're like, it's getting farther away instead of closer. And it can feel like miles. So, which we could always pay for parking too. But parking is sometimes like, I don't know, it's a little ridiculous. It's kind of like paying for shipping sometimes. I don't always like to pay for shipping, which is awesome that it's free today. And you're like, I don't really want to spend my money on parking. I'd rather spend my money on like something inside the zoo than on parking. So yeah, that's why we usually like to do that. And like the earlier you get there, the more empty it is. Sometimes you get to watch them feed the animals and stuff whenever it's early morning. And then we're usually gone by like noon. And we catch lunch on the way home. And yeah, it just then, like, we're usually home for nap time, which Claire doesn't nap anymore, and Alex naps twice a day. So, like, there's really no nap time for him. Although I'm sure if we went now, he might stay awake the whole time and then only have one nap that day. But I'm not really sure. Kids are crazy sometimes. I'm going to do one in full strength just to show you guys kind of what that looks like. So that's full strength. And that's like the second one. So you can see how the one is more bold and everything. And like whenever I add the greeting doesn't stand out as much because the flower kind of stands out a little bit more. So let me know which one you prefer. Do you prefer the full strength one, which is this one here? Or do you prefer the stamped off flower, where it's like a little bit more subtle and a light little background one? Stamped off, full strength. Stamped off, full strength. I feel like on camera, the stamped off one might like look super light. And you might be like, I don't even know why she stamped it. It doesn't look like it shows up at all. But I did stamp it. It's there. It's just a little bit lighter. So yeah, that's our zoo trip that we usually do. Mostly I feel like we have to work with when do we want to go and is the weather okay? And they just had on, you like the full strength? Okay, maybe I should do more full strength. They have a new baby monkey and I'm a huge, huge fan of monkeys. So there's the full strength one. Oh, this one is sticky everywhere. Every time I set it down, it like sticks to something. Also, I have new catalogs going in the mail this week. So if you haven't received your new catalog yet, or if you haven't reached out to me to say, send me a new catalog, then now is definitely the time to do that so that I can get it in the mail to you. And maybe, depending on where you live, you can get it just in time for the weekend to enjoy. Start making that wish list. And I have a new catalog launch party live right here on Facebook and YouTube on May 5th. So you definitely want your catalog in time for that because there's a little extra goodie in there for you. So there's that pink one with the pink strip. So we have pink and we have purple. and we have yellow. And we have full strength and we have stamped off. Yeah, now that I'm like looking at all of them on the screen, I do almost feel like I like the full strength one better. Maybe it is better to be a little bit more bold. But yeah, you can let me know which one you guys like. I feel like I like the yellow one the best just because the yellow is more contrasty than the pink is. Even with the pink and purple. Either that or maybe I just like yellow. I don't know. You like the purple strip? Yeah, so it just kind of depends on which one. I don't know where the card is for this one, so I'm just going to set that aside so I can finish that one. But yeah, that is the super fabulous card. You like the better contrast? I agree. Yeah, I like the contrast on that one. I feel like it stands out a little bit more. But that is the 3 card. Oh, wait, there it is. So there's the cards. Of course, 3 are from one piece of designer series paper. Then there's the 4th one. And then I also have this one here. But yeah, lots of quick and simple cards made. And like if you're using the same designer series paper pack, it's the same color scheme. So you can really get a lot of cards out of like the same stamps, ink, and paper just by cutting different sheets from that same pack. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I do have another fabulous card using the color and contour. Shout out to Denise for sharing her sample. And I was like, OMG, I love that. And I hope you don't mind, but I would like to recreate it. And she said, of course. So I did recreate it and I will share that one with you. Possibly tomorrow. It just kind of depends. Friday tomorrow is one of the potential days that we're going to go to the zoo. So if we go to the zoo, that won't happen. Otherwise it will be next week for sure. So I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. Wonderful weekend. Don't forget free shipping today. So get those wish lists out. Enjoy the last chance items, enjoy any clearance rack items, enjoy any regular items that are going to be in the next catalog. But yeah, you can stock up on some of your favorites. So have a great day, everyone. Love, hugs, and prayers from me to you. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you next time. Bye.